guys, and welcome to another edition of Just a Couple Guys Talking Football with PJ and Tate. Week 10's over, Tate, and man, this bipolar league just won't stop being bipolar.
It won't stop, right? Like we said, it's just this year's so hard if you're betting money lines to pick the right
spreads, money lines.
What the heck happened with the Bills? And that's kind of what we'll start with. But like I was saying last week, is like I think everyone needs to realize is like these are still professional football players and professional football teams that every week you can't just go in and just expect to win and overlook an opponent. You can't. And we saw that with the Bills Dolphins. I'll start with the Broncos. I was worried about this game. Short week. Broncos are beat up. They've had a long travel. Not necessarily the toughest schedule, but just their traveling hasn't been in their favor. Bo Nix did not play good. Bo Nix has got happy feet. I've listened to so many experts since Thursday night about it, and there's a lot of good insights I'm going to share with you that I have been saying, you've been saying this year with it. I feel really bad for Bo Nix. I think Sean has put way too much pressure on him, overcomplicated it. In fact, there was a point in the game that I didn't even see that he was yelling at the sideline again. He goes, "Really? Another formation?" So like what's going on is like every play, Sean Payton, I wouldn't say every play, but probably 70% of the plays, he's got a new formation per play. Pass play, run play. It's so complex. They're number one in penalties on offense because there's so much going on. They check out of this, they check back into this, they can this, and then they go back to what their original call is. So if you're an offensive lineman, you're like, and then like you snap the ball, you're out of position because you're thinking so much and you're not reacting. You get a holding call, or oh my God, Bo's freaking out because he's got to get the play in and he's got to read the defense and everything else, and we get an offsides. So that's what's going on with the penalties with them. They are number one in the league in snaps under shotgun. That needs to improve. It's not working. It's so hard to run the ball under shotgun and even getting your feet timing. So that's what's going on. Again, the play calling, Sean has got to simplify this. The national media is absolutely destroying Bo Nix. And if you look at his stats, and I'm not a stats guy, compared to Peyton Manning's first 2 years in Elway's, he's beaten them. They're 8-2. It's overcomplicated, and you can tell he has got so much processing in his head. He's just all over the place.
So I watched that game the other day, of course, because I don't get a chance to watch standalone Bronco games often. So it was nice to see. So I could kind of get a viewpoint of where you're at. And one of the things that, I took away from watching the Broncos team for about 20 minutes was like, man, now I know why Tate's always so frustrated with this team. Because it was infuriating because I was pulling for him. But you'd watch, okay, they get 6 yards a run, 7 yards a run, 8 yards a run, and then inexplicably do 3 passes on the next set of downs. They just get a first down, then they do 3 passes that go absolutely nowhere. Like you try some weird screen pass to Sutton to maybe throw down the field. I totally agree with you.
On the Raiders 36, they're running the ball good with J.K. Dobbins. They're probably going to go for it anyways. You end up kicking a field goal because they lost 5 yards on that play because Sutton did the right thing and not throw the ball. It's too cute. It's too fancy. It's not working. He refuses to freaking see what works and sticks with it. I will tell you, though, I put the Raider, like the offensive play, a lot on Bo Nix, more on this Raider game on Bo Nix than Sean.
Yeah, he made some bad decisions in this game.
Very bad decisions. Also, too, but it's a product of all year of putting too much on Bo Nix' plate. I was listening to Mark Schlereth this morning. He called the Patriots game like 3 weeks ago. He talked to Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels was like, what we're doing is we're simplifying it. Drake May's freaking reads are 1-2. First read, not there. Second read, not there. I'm going to run. And then we're slowly developing, okay, 1, 2, 3, check down, then run. That's why it's working, because it's simplifying. This is why Bo Nix had a good year last year when he got in a rhythm. the second half of the season because he was basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It just needs to be stick to the formation, let the guys get in a groove. I've been saying it all year. Even some of the run designs he calls this terrible timing. And also too, like everyone's on J.K. Dobbins. There's holes that J.K. Dobbins is not freaking hitting inside, that he bounces it outside.
And I agree with you there too. And listen, RJ Harvey's been a great pass catching running back out of the backfield, but I kind of feel like he needs to kind of get more involved in this offensive play game.
They got weapons. That's why I'm so frustrated.
Yeah.
It's like there's been bits and pieces of the season too. Good against the Cowboys. Good against the Bengals. The fourth quarter of the Giants game. Holy cow! There's been plenty of good quarters. It's just not a consistent thing. And what really ticks me off is we have a great, like an epic record-setting defense right now that we're gonna waste the second half of the season because our schedule gets way more difficult. That we're wasting it. We're wasting our defense, and we can't keep having them on the field and bailing out because they're going to break. Every defense does. You can't expect this crap.
Well, no, the defense played unbelievable the other night.
No, they have all year. Yeah. There was a few games at the beginning they weren't, but they settled in. But it's just like if this offense was just average, I'm telling you, the Broncos are almost unbeatable with how the defense is playing. If the Broncos offense is just average, and Bo Nix has regressed some, I think it's correctable. But like you're seeing the frustration with him is like, again, like I said earlier, really another formation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, like it's not working, Sean. Like, and that's my thing is like with Sean Payton, what I really, because I didn't watch him a lot with the Saints because the Saints weren't on my TV area. Yes, Drew Brees is blah blah blah, but he's supposedly this offensive guru. But I'm like, dude, you got to tailor what works. How can Bo Nix rookie year? Yes, there's more tape on Bo Nix, but still, like, dude, let him run. And you can tell he's not running because he's trying to run Sean Payton's offense. But even Drew Brees took off and ran. Patrick Mahomes runs the ball all the time. Josh Allen does. I'm not saying, and then and Bo's usually pretty smart when he runs. He slides or he runs out of bounds. He's not taking hits. So and it will extend the play. It will just give him confidence, and he needs to run earlier. That's what every expert. That's what guys who know more about the game than I do. I think I got a good tap on the game. But we'll see what happens. I don't like the matchup coming up with the Chiefs. They're coming off a bye. Andy Reid's 21-4, coming off a bye. Yes, we got him here. I will say we can. If we're playing in Arrowhead, I'd say there's not a shot in hell they'd win. I don't like this Chiefs game. We're beat up. We need a bye. The Chiefs have a lot more at stake than the Broncos do. Yeah. But let's just see what happens. 7 games left. There's still time to change it. I'm just worried that we've seen enough of Bo Nix. And I'll tell you this all year long. This is where I will defend Sean Payton. There are wide open guys on 85% of the pass plays that he's not seeing.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll overthrow, underthrow, throw an interception, but there are wide open dudes. Like that interception he had, he just chucked it deep. You even texted me like, what the hell is he doing? He had a dude, 2 dudes underneath it. Fucking first down.
Well, that's the thing that drove me nuts because, I think that was that ball to Franklin, right? And number one, I didn't like Franklin's energy or give on that play because he could have easily tried to break that up from the defender, number one. Yep. Number two, there was 2 crossing routes underneath that were wide open because they were running with the guy, with Franklin that was taking the top off.
Well, here's another thing. Here's another stat for you. The Broncos are 1 or 2 in drop passes in the entire NFL. So that's not helping either. It's not all on Bo Nix. And also, listen to Dave Logan. Dave Logan has been calling the Broncos games, played in the league for 30-some years. And he even said, he goes, the wide receivers are starting to take plays off. They're starting to, because they're not getting the ball. It's kind of human nature being a wide receiver.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're not blocking, you're running fast.
Because they're not getting the ball thrown their way because they're divas, all that crap. And so, there's a lot of other crap happening that I'm tired of these experts. Like, oh my God, the Broncos are going to draft another quarterback next year.
No, they're not going to. They're not.
It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
They're
Colin Cowherd went off this morning, or yesterday or Friday about it. And it's just
That's
like, oh, that's funny. That's funny, Colin, because you're all about Sean Payton and Bo Nix against the Giants, against the freaking Cowboys, against the Bengals.
yeah.
It's like, shut up. Like, he's not playing good. He's regressed some, but there's too much going on in his head. He's not. He's thinking too much. He's not reacting. That's in any
Yeah.
sport.
And listen, I'll be honest with you, because the one thing that really drove me nuts the other night too was Bo Nix actually settled down, stepped into his throw, threw it perfectly to Troy Franklin. But now I think from the other angle, the other wide receiver went through his hands, and then it hit Franklin in like the arm. But that was the best pass he threw all night, I swear. And of course it landed for an interception because it bounced off of Franklin. The thing that I wanted to say about, like, I actually want to give your defense so much credit, because I started feeling bad for Geno Smith about halfway through the game.
Oh yeah,
Because he was just getting demolished.
and
Demolished.
that's what CJ Stroud. I mean, it's been every freaking quarterback is when they're on, man.
I mean,
Really,
Geno
the
looked.
Giants
Yeah,
are the only one that Jackson Dart.
yeah. I mean, I
And,
I felt bad for him.
Daniel Jones played really good against them, but yeah. So it's just we'll see. It's just frustrating because I've seen it with
Yeah,
my eyes.
yeah.
We've all seen when it's not consistent offense, but when it's on pretty good. And it's like if you just get a little more consistent and be average, I don't know if there's very many teams that can beat them. So, but 7 games left.
Yeah, I wanted to read you this thing that, I sent you the other day. So, 2025 Broncos have one of the best records in the NFL. Most penalized team in the NFL. Most punts in the NFL. Most sacks in the NFL. As in you've taken, had the most sacks against another team. 3-0 in games that are scored less than 20 points. Most fourth quarter comebacks. You've only lost by a total of 4 points in the 2 games. You've scored first in 1 out of 10 games. And the last thing was, what is this team? Because that says it right there. That's your point of that bipolar season that we're in. Because look at that for the Broncos right there. They're right here, and they're here.
Yeah. Defense has given up 1 touchdown in 8 quarters of play. 1 touchdown.
I mean, this
is like the '85 Bears.
Yeah.
This is like the 2000 Ravens.
They
even
after
Broncos,
it.
how good the defense was in 2015 Super Bowl 50.
No, this defense might be better.
I will tell you that the offense was still way more productive.
Oh yeah.
So
no,
it's not sustainable. Every expert knows it. Hell, the Ravens, the Chiefs, just going by pure record. Obviously, the Colts, the Patriots, and the Bills have and there was one other AFC team that have a much better shot of getting deep in the playoffs than the Broncos are, even though the Broncos are 8-2.
Defense, but to your point, defense does things in the playoffs. Defense is crucial in the playoffs.
Yes.
Because that's what you need when you need to make a stop. That you need the defense to do it.
But here's what scares me: if we continue this path, the defense is going to be worn out. They can't. This is
your offense needs to give them a break. I get what you're saying.
You've got like I always say, even if you're not scoring points, don't go 3 and out. Let's get some drives together. Let's give them a breather. Let's soften the defense. Let's not just 3 and out, 3 and out. Yeah, I think they're probably in the top 3 for 3 and outs too. They got to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you're seeing why the old adage of defense wins championships, but for this many games and this many more games ago, it's unsustainable. You just can't do it.
It was something to watch, was how crazy that defensive line could just get after the quarterback, because there really isn't much blitzing. There isn't much more. I mean,
they're not blitzing because they don't have Pat Surtain.
Right, exactly.
And they don't need to.
Right, they don't. I mean, Bonito I thought he was just having lunch back there half the time.
Zach Allen.
Yeah, Zach Allen's all over the place. Cooper's going crazy. Yeah. So I mean, it was fun to watch that aspect. But I absolutely agree with you that to get further in this game, you're going to have an offense that puts up some points when it needs to. Speaking of an offense that can put up some points when it needs to, the Indianapolis Colts took care of Atlanta Falcons 31-25. Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. Just absolutely destroyed the Falcons. I think the
Falcons
Falcons.
kept it closer than I thought.
And you know what, Tate? I probably agree with you there too. They definitely made it a better game. But man, here's the thing that's funny when I'm watching this game. I'm like, okay, so Jonathan Taylor's basically taking over the offense for the Colts, which is fine. That's what you should do. It's working. Do it. And on the other side of the field, I go, they've got Bijan Robinson. Why don't they just do the same thing? Just run him ragged. Because he can bust 85-yard touchdowns. It's just so funny because I think that the Falcons just don't utilize any of their strengths. They try to go back there.
That's what I'm telling you why I don't like their coach.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's a good head coach. Good defensive coordinator, good defensive coach. A good coach, just not a head coach.
Yeah.
They have so many weapons. They can do so much good stuff. Penix is, he's a little hot and cold, but he's playing pretty dang good. So, yeah, that's why I'm not high in the Falcons. It's kind of the same thing with the whole Cliff Kingsbury crap,
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
It's just completely overrated of a coach. I think he's a great dude, great man. But I think he's better as a defensive coordinator too,
And my whole thing is to like I've said before, and I hate to say this every week, but man, they have so much talent on Atlanta. Drake London's a stud, and they just don't utilize anybody. And to be honest with you, their defense didn't do horrible. They gave up some points, don't get me wrong, but their defense did not play horrible at points. Enough to probably allow the offense to win the game. Now, a defense did play horrible was the Buffalo Bills against the juggernaut. Oh, wait. Yeah, the juggernaut Miami Dolphins beat them 30-13. What in the world? I mean, you were texting me during that game, and you were like, what's going on with the Bills? Because the Bills are bipolar.
They're right now for, what are they, 7-3, 6-3? I think they're 6-3 because they had a bye. To me, for as good of a team they are one of the most bipolar teams. Because the Saints gave them a game. Patriots beat them earlier before the Patriots got really hot. Josh Allen fumbled, I think, threw a pick. The Miami Dolphins I think their running back had 40 fantasy points. They were just gashing him. But to me, this is what the Bills did. They overlooked the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They came in there. They had a big win against the Chiefs. Just overlooked.
Just laid an egg.
Laid an egg.
Yeah.
And like I said,
we should have seen it. Yeah.
I don't think we should have seen it. All I'm saying is, like, you can't take any team for granted. You can't.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that some of the news came out, and I don't know if you saw some of that tape, that the Bills were working the phone lines quite a bit for a couple trades out there. One of the names that I heard was Jalen Waddle from the aforementioned Miami Dolphins, which he did just score a touchdown against them yesterday too. But supposedly the Bills were willing to send a 2027 first rounder and a third rounder from this 2026, and the Dolphins said no, it needs to be a first round from 2026. Bills didn't want to pay it. Dolphins didn't send him, so
stupid.
Probably stupid, but I mean, it's because I was kind of dumbfounded that the Bills didn't really make a move with anything, and supposedly they were calling about Quinn and Williams too that went to the Cowboys. But I mean, my whole thing is this: it's just I think the Bills know they have such great games. Like you said, they took care of business against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then all of a sudden they just look just so pedestrian. Like they just don't even know what's going on against the Miami Dolphins. And like you said, Josh Allen, who can just look like he can do anything on the football field, just can start fumbling and throwing interceptions and just, whichever. It's just kind of funny to me that how this just goes to the whole narrative, the bipolarness that it's just, I mean, Bills, you have a chance that you're not going to win the AFC East. Like, the Patriots could win the AFC East. They still have to play one more time. I mean, and right now, am I wrong? Are the Patriots and them, do they have the same record?
They got 2 losses. They're 8-2.
Yeah. So they're ahead of the Bills right now. So that's the thing.
And right now the Patriots are playing better team football than the Bills are. They're consistent on defense, and Drake May, holy cow. But like I said earlier, let's lead into that game is freaking Josh McDaniels has done a phenomenal job. He's a young quarterback. First read not there, second read not there, run the ball.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
Let's start working on getting that third read in when you can. Not too much pressure, letting him play loose, letting him play fast. That's how you call a game with a young quarterback. And I'll just get on my soapbox one more time and I'll move on.
Go ahead.
So Josh McDaniels has been calling plays as long Sean Payton's been longer than Josh McDaniels, and
yes.
Sean Payton's just freaking like take a page out of them. Take a page out of Andy Reid. Like, come on, man. Like, it's there. It's there. But just the ego of college football coaches, high school football coaches, and NFL coaches of like, God damn it, I'm going to run my system regardless. Instead of, I will run the system that are the strength of my teams, and then I will implement my system at a slow pace when the team is damn and good ready.
Yeah. I get it.
It's just, this what just drives me crazy about this. It's like, it's still fundamental football. It's still football. Yes, football is the most complex sport. You need to practice it. Another thing too is, like I was telling the guys at work yesterday, they're saying the last 5 years is like some of the sloppiest football. It's because they don't practice hard. If you look at that Steelers game,
for sure.
I mean, Rodgers is like, hell,
for
and
sure.
I was telling him, I go, I think it's timing. They don't practice anymore. There's no
no.
full speed. There's no full speed route running. Like the timing, like if you look at Brady,
the timing's off with everybody. Nobody hits deep.
After practice, they're running full speed. Like let's go through all of our passing route tree. Let's hit everything before the game. So it's just like, you don't practice. You don't practice, you get sloppy football.
Well, and it's funny too, because I'll definitely agree with you, because with all the football games that you see like overthrows where it's like a guy's open and he's overthrowing him by a couple steps because they don't know which speed that everybody's going to run. Like to your point, I saw it in the Bears game. I saw it in the Steelers game. I've seen it in this game and that game. And it just doesn't seem like that, you don't see the Marvin Harrison to Peyton Manning or the Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning kind of timing to where they just know exactly. Wes Welker,
Brady,
all of them.
Moss,
Demaryius Thomas. I mean, all of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's a skill missing from some of that, and I wonder if it is
like
from
the teams that are doing the best is they keep it simple. They don't freaking reinvent the wheel. I'm not, and that's another thing with like Sean does all the time too, is I'm trying to, like he said in a press conference, and I don't know word for word what he said, but he's trying to call a game to trick the defense.
Right.
Instead of like, dude, best teams, they know it's coming. Stop it.
Right. Well, and that it kind of goes to like what the Eagles were kind of doing last year. Like, hey, we're going to run these plays because we execute them that well. You know what's coming. We're going to do it, and we're going to execute. So yeah, talking about the Patriots and Tampa Bay a little bit to bring it back to center. Patriots, what they're doing is very impressive. You're right, Josh McDaniels. There's got to be something said about this, in him and his ability, because I know he's stunk as a head coach twice now, and he's come back and led Tom Brady. He's led Mac Jones. That 1 year he had with Mac Jones. Mac Jones looked pretty dang good with him.
Matt Castle back in the day.
Matt Castle, because Matt Castle went on and was a quarterback other places, and now he's doing it with Drake May. And, there's got to be something said about there's a talent there to work with younger guys, get them understanding what they can do, and then being able to play to their strengths. And I think that's why, I think part of the thing too, Tate, is what really frustrates you the most about Payton is you're seeing other guys do it with other players. Like, they're unlocking things from the other players. Like, that's what it kind of seems like to me, is like he's not getting the Rubik's Cube down with Bo Nix. He's not unlocking him. Bo Nix sometimes has a good play despite.
Yeah. Here's another good thing that I stole from somebody that I heard last week that was spot on. So John Elway's dad, Jack Elway, hell of a high school football coach. He came on the Broncos as kind of like a scout supervisor or helping out with the scouting department. So when Drew Brees was in college, he had him as a first-round grade. And everyone's like, well, look, his size, his arm strength, what the hell? And he goes, I don't care about this. This guy is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, right team. But I'm like, his intangibles, let's stop worrying about what he can't do. What can he do?
Right. That's a good point.
And then look at it. He drafted second round by the Chargers, and then obviously what Sean Payton did with him.
Right.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
Right.
But that's what I'm talking about. Let's stop worrying about our team of what we can't do. We'll improve. We're always going to improve and try to get better. But what can we do? That's another thing Jake Plummer said about the Broncos too, real quick. Is like there's no identity. There's no identity of this team. And like the Patriots have an identity. They're going to run the ball and throw it with Jacob and play good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colts are freaking. They got a good running game. Their quarterback's playing good, and they got a salty defense. The Rams right now, Stafford's out of his freaking mind. They got a good defense. They don't overcomplicate it, and Matt Stafford can take it on. But so it's just like let's not Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold for Christ's sake, Jesus, you know. So yeah,
the Seahawks are
the
for
Bucks.
real.
I was really, to me,
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield looked a lot like Bo Nix in that game.
He had 3 touchdowns. I wonder if the Buccaneers are getting to the point to where they were kind of drawn from the well because it was always last minute stuff. It was always one score. And now it's like, oh, that bag's a little empty right now. Like, I haven't seen them really beat up on too many teams. They've done it a couple times, but when you kind of live dangerously all the time, you're going to get cut. You know, if you're going to play with knives, you're going to get cut, you know. So that's my kind of thought process on it. I think the main thing is, you know, Todd Bowles with that kind of defense. I think Vrabel and Josh McDaniels know how to play against that defense because he's blitz happy. You know, he's blitz happy. He's bringing somebody. He might, you know, you never know when, but I mean, or where exactly, I should say, but he's bringing somebody. He's blitzing. And I think if, you know, certain offenses can work so well against that I think that's what you kind of see. Talking about another quarterback that had a good ending was Chicago Bears, 24-20 winners over the Giants. You know, I guess I'll stand up on the soapbox here for just a second. I told you yesterday, and I told a couple people that, like, the agitation is one word, frustration is another, and disappointment that I can feel for the first 3 quarters of a Bears game to just all get wiped away in the fourth quarter is unbelievable to me this year. I've never had this happen this many times. Like, sure, yeah, you win some stupid game you're not supposed to. But there's been like 3 or 4 games here, like the Raiders game. I was like, oh my God, we stole that one. The game last week, we stole that one. We stole this one again. Believe me, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this Bears team. The defense is a sieve. If Jackson Dart stays in this game, Tate, I texted you. Jackson Dart beats us if he stays in.
Like the Giants are sneaky good with Jackson Dart. He got hurt. Russell Wilson, that we all know.
Yeah.
Why is he even playing football now?
Right.
No, but to me, what I liked about the Bears is like they're learning how to win. They're 6-3 for Christ's sake. They're doing it. It's working. They're not giving up. I don't care if Russell comes in. I don't care. You're winning the game, so you're supposed to win. And it's ugly, but it doesn't matter. They're getting better. Caleb had a great game. He extended plays with his feet. He is progressing in my eyes. You know me. I'm not a big Caleb guy.
I know.
But he's a
talented
he's looking better
kid.
Than Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And Johnson is a hell of a head coach. And it's showing.
Oh,
man. That's the same thing with Vrabel, too. The players are buying into what they're doing.
And you know, that's a great point and a great little segue with that is, you know, Vrabel had to go in and reestablish a new culture in the Patriots. Is it similar to what Bill had? I'm sure, but it's his. You know, it's what he had in Tennessee. Now, Ben's coming in here and kind of chopping down everything and trying to build up to, like, be a winner in you know, here in Chicago. Because, listen, we haven't had the winning smell on us for a while. We've had the losing stink. You know what I mean? We've stank for a while. I mean, and you're right. The coaching is the biggest difference because these guys are still believing late in the game. They're coming in, and he said it in his post game. He goes, guys, I don't even have to say it anymore. You guys know when we get into the fourth quarter and it's close, we're going to go. We know what we're going to bring. And that's awesome to see. I mean, yeah, listen, Russell Wilson coming into that game, like I said, just to finish on that factor, was a huge factor. That offense just
Completely
became
stalled.
stalled when he came in. Stalled. They couldn't do anything. And not only that, the Bears, you could see the Bears like brightened up because, yeah,
So he's coming in.
he's coming
We don't have
in
a dual
because,
threat
I mean,
quarterback
I'll be
anymore.
honest
He's
with you.
gonna
I
hold on
hate to
the
say
ball.
that. Yep.
He can't read a defense. We saw it his last couple of years at Seattle.
Yep.
We saw it in Denver.
Yep.
We saw it at the end of the year with the Steelers. And we're
Yep.
seeing it now.
Yep. Same thing. Yeah. I mean, thank you.
But I don't care. I don't care if he came in. I don't care. You won the game. I don't
right.
care.
Oh God, yeah, for sure.
This is a long season. These teams, the Broncos, Bears, the Patriots, are learning how to win, and you have to learn how to win again.
Right.
You have to learn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a whole, whatever you want to call it. It's a whole teaching, learning thing as the season goes on. You got to learn how to win. And honestly, the ones who learn how to win close games build a better culture, and they learn how to win in the playoffs. Like, they're battle tested through the season. We've been in, like, instead of those teams that just beat the crap out of everybody, then they get the playoffs. Sometimes you see and what the hell?
Yeah,
because
like
they've never been in a close game.
Yeah,
they know the pressure.
You know, a good example of that is the Vikings from last year. Remember, because like during the season they were just smoking people, and then they got into those close games at the end, and Darnold, so they couldn't do it.
Ugly, like these ugly, nasty wins are character builders.
Yeah,
especially like the fourth quarter comebacks for some teams, like they're character builders. You learn how to win the game in tough, nasty situations and adversity. This isn't going good, but we still figured out a way to win.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, you got to admit that the Chiefs have that, like, hey, it's one score.
I don't care
one
what
score.
The score is. They're never out of the game.
Seriously. Yeah, I mean, the only way you can kill them really is just to beat the tar out of them. Just beat them up.
And it doesn't happen very often.
No, I mean, because let's be honest. Going to the point about the Bills. Okay, the Bills beat them last week by one score in the regular season. Guess what that counts for? Nothing. Soon, nothing. It counts for nothing because they're going to go into the postseason. Let's see, they meet again, and they might not be the same. But I absolutely agree with you. What the Bears are doing is learning how to win, building a culture, building a lot of character through this. Caleb it's crazy how well he can play and what he can do. He's a talented individual, and I'm seeing a lot more from the offense than I've ever been able to say from a Bears fan standpoint. I mean, it's been unbelievable. To say that, like, oh, don't worry, our offense is going to score two touchdowns in the last 5 minutes, and we'll take care of business. It was fun. I'm tempering my excitement because I know that it's not forever. But man, I'm never going to apologize for a win. Like they said, I'm not apologizing for this one.
Here's my thing though: why can't it be? Why can't they?
Yeah.
Make a run?
Well, they can't. Oh, listen, I'm not saying that they can't.
Wild card too. But like,
they
why
can.
Can't they? Why can't they?
I think that they can. I'm just saying I'm not buying my tickets for Santa Clara yet. Let's just say that. No. But yeah. But yes, it was nice to put another one in the win column. And man, I'll be honest with you. I think you sent me a tweet that Brian Daboll was fired. And I believed it. I think it was fake.
I did too. It was fake.
But I'll be honest with you. He should be fired. He had that game won.
What did I say? Was this 4 or 5 games this year? We're like going into the fourth quarter, like
Tate, it's unbelievable.
90% chance to win. The Broncos, the Bears, and there was a few others this year.
Mm-hmm. He had the Broncos, he had the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Bears, and I think one more team that he was up by multiple scores in the fourth quarter. Yes, and he lost every single one of them.
And honestly, I think what Daboll did with Josh Allen is unbelievable. I think Daboll's he's an offensive coach. I don't know if he's head coach, but I'll tell you what I think the Giants' biggest problem is their GM.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I think
Daboll should be fired. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard a loose rumor that Bill Belichick may be the next head coach of the Giants.
That would be some crazy stuff if he came back. Do you think they would actually let him back? What is he going to bring his girlfriend with him? I can't see him coaching the NFL right now. I can't.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's rapid fire through some of these. Baltimore beating Minnesota 27-19. I'm not going to say I was absolutely shocked. I think I was shocked that the Minnesota put up a little bit more of a fight than I thought that they would.
That JJ's not there yet. He's got a lot of he has some
2 interceptions, I think, a fumble.
he's not there yet. Not
Yeah.
saying he won't be. It's what a shame to lose Sam Darnold. I said it. Right. They didn't re-sign him. I'm like, you guys are idiots.
It's so funny
I
too.
don't care what he wanted, freaking paying.
The other thing that I'll say that I was happy to see, or not really happy, but something that was interesting to me is Baltimore took the field goal a couple times when I thought that, you should go for it, maybe fourth down, you're in the red zone.
Yeah.
But they kept getting the points. And the main thing is they just kept pouring it on. And that's the thing that I think some teams kind of underlook or overlook is like, yeah, I know we're in this whole, hey, the analytics say we got to go for it on 4th and 2. Like, yeah, but if I stack up 4 field goals, I'm right there. Because, really, they only scored 2 touchdowns, Baltimore. They kicked a bunch of points, and I think that's part of the thing is, man, take it when you can. I would never.
When you can, like if you take the points when you can. If you think you got a good 4th down, go for it on 4th. But you take the points when you can.
Yeah, I just think
honestly,
that
what is that 3 in a row for the Ravens? 4 in a row.
Yep, three.
So they're not out of it. They're turning
This is it, bro. Get ready.
Yep. So
buckle up.
Yeah, they're in it. It's still way too early to call. There's so much stuff. 7 games left, 8 games left for some teams. It's too early to call what the heck's going to happen. So
I totally agree with you. There's going to be
a few teams that are going to fall right off the cliff too.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. And here's part of the other thing that I'll say too is, Baltimore's aspirations were that high earlier. Now that they're healthy, it's just like to your point. Here they come. And now, they got the Browns this next week.
Guess what they're doing? They run the ball. They're committing to run the ball.
They're committing to run the ball. And here's the other thing. Lamar Jackson looks like he's kind of healthy. I don't think he was all the way healthy. And I think,
I think he got injured. He tweaked a few things in training camp and it lingered, and he did the right thing, sat out.
Yeah.
They're a veteran team. They got a lot of freaking great players, and they know how to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary. Yep.
New Orleans taking down Carolina. I don't think either one of us saw that coming.
No.
But kind of funny that once again, Carolina, you go out there, you beat the Packers in Green Bay. Yep. Oh, complete letdown the next game. Another team that let down big was Jacksonville went up big time against Houston. Ended up losing the game 36-29. I think they gave up 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter alone.
I'm telling you, like I said last week when the Broncos played them, that Mills, that quarterback's pretty good. That backup quarterback for the Texans. He stays in the pocket and he throws into tight windows. In fact, I was impressed. I know they all kicked field goals against the Broncos, but I was impressed with he was making a lot of completions against Denver's D. And I saw something too. They're like, do you have something in Mills?
They drafted him fairly high. Was he a number 1, or was he a 1st-round pick? Or was he like a 2nd-round pick?
No idea.
I'll look it up, fill the air, but
So, yeah.
He was.
One thing that I'm kind of digging, because the Saints had their backup quarterback in. I'm telling you, for what the Saints are and what Kellen Moore has, I think he's doing a pretty good job there because they've been competitive in a lot of games this year. The record's terrible, but man, they're a little bit better than what you give them credit for.
The Saints? Yeah, no, I think. Listen,
he's doing good things there.
I think Kellen Moore is doing good things because he's got to listen. Like we talked about earlier this year, Dennis Allen took over for Sean Payton, and he did not really change much of what the coaching structure was / what the idea was of the team. It was just basically like Sean Payton light in my mind with Dennis Allen as the head coach, okay? I think Kellen Moore's going in there and really shaking up some things, tearing some stuff out. He's got some veteran players there. Listen, they're going to have to rebuild, but the future could definitely be bright for New Orleans. I agree. They're in a lot of games. They definitely give it a run. Davis Mills was 67th pick overall, so that's like what, 2nd round, early 3rd. So, listen, I'm not the biggest CJ Stroud fan. I know he does okay. I know he had that amazing rookie year. Blah 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 blah.
He had a good post like the last few games last year and in the postseason because they won a playoff game. I'm with you. To me, he's not the traditional pocket. He can still extend some plays, with his legs. I don't think when he comes back healthy, they're gonna maybe. I'll be shocked if they start Mills.
They're gonna go with CJ. Yeah. They're gonna go with CJ.
And maybe if CJ gets hurt and Mills keeps playing this year and it does something really good, and they're like, "Holy cow, maybe." But yeah, I'm not sure on CJ either. I'm not convinced on him.
Listen, Houston's got a lot of work to do, but so does Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville, they were up to like 20-3 at one point, I think, in that game. I mean, how do you?
But it's the whole thing too. Like, it's my philosophy. They don't know how to win. They've won.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely terrible,
right. But they just don't have that culture in them.
Well, it's a killer instinct too. It's like, hey, I've got you. Now you're done.
I'm going to push the knife in and twist.
Yeah. Speaking of the killer instinct, the New York Jets took down the Cleveland Browns 27-20. Yeah, you did. Shockingly went with Cleveland.
Did pick the over. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets. Let's just talk about this. So the Jets won 27-20.
They do a fire sale.
They win.
They win. Brees Hall has a good game.
Mind you, I had to look. Justin Fields was the starting quarterback. 54 passing yards and 27 rushing yards. And they won the game. So, I mean, I'm sorry. That's just hilarious to me.
Bryce Hall wanted the hell out of there for trade deadline.
Oh, yeah. Out of there my God. And I'm sorry.
So Bears didn't go to the Chiefs because they offered. I can't believe they didn't take that. But
I don't know why either. Because Brees Hall is just a guy looking like, man, why didn't the train pick me up too? I was ready. My bags were packed. Listen, I mean, whichever. The Jets in Cleveland are basically toast. Dylan Gabriel's still playing. I don't think Shedeur is ever going to see the field this year. And that's even with, Gabriel did actually okay yesterday. 2 touchdowns, I think 160 yards in the air. But the onslaught, to segue to the Seahawks and Cardinals game, that the Seahawks are putting on teams is pretty remarkable. I mean, they put on a clinic last Sunday night.
For real, man.
And then yesterday, before you knew it, it was 24-0. I think it was before the first quarter was over. They were up 14-0 like that, because I think that they got a touchdown, then they got a fumble, and they got it right away. They are beating up some teams, man. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and guess who the Seahawks offensive coordinator is?
Kubiak.
Clint
Kubiak. Yeah. And listen, they're not even really running the ball. They're throwing it everywhere.
He's the whole West Coast run the ball.
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah. His dad was the genius behind a lot of these great offenses that you saw the Broncos have. He, when the Broncos won in 2015, he was the engineering all of that. It's unbelievable to me how well Sam Darnold is playing now. It also
I will tell you too, with that offense, because I ran the same one in college. It is very quarterback friendly.
Is it?
Yep. Look at what Kyle Shanahan has done with every quarterback he's had there. Backups, Mullins, up 1 year, undrafted guys, Brock Purdy. It is very quarterback friendly. Yes, it goes off the run. Yes, the Seahawks aren't really throwing the ball or run the ball that much, but they don't overcomplicate the crap.
Well, and that's a very good point that you brought up, because who's their quarterback? Sam Darnold in Seattle. Where was Sam Darnold at before Minnesota? He was in San Francisco playing for Kyle Shanahan, and I bet he learned a ton there.
Well, Kevin McConnell runs the same.
So that's what I'm saying. Then he went to O'Connell, and now he's gone to Clint Kubiak, and they're all probably just doing the same thing.
McVay with the Rams. Yes.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, dude, that's the proof in the pudding right there. Those are the best. The Rams.
So gun to your head, Seahawks, Rams win the NFC West. Which one?
Rams.
Ooh, yeah. I think I'd have to go Rams too, just because they've done it before and they beat Sam Darnold.
The Seahawks can't, but
I know, but I think under my head right now I'd be the same Rams.
They got the experience. I'm just leaning towards the Rams on that one.
Yeah, and the Rams did beat up on San Francisco pretty bad yesterday, 42-26. Man,
It was
Kyle,
tight for a while there. Yeah.
was it tight? The Rams kind of
It became a game. Okay, it
oh yeah,
became a game.
game.
They
Okay,
got into it,
yeah. But
and then
I mean, Stafford is he's a beast right now. He's a beast. 4 touchdowns again. And
yeah,
to,
and
you
like I
know,
said, the Niners, just too many injuries, too much. I think
yeah,
Mac Jones, like Purdy's never going to get in there. He's got a bad toe injury that's not healing. And I'd say you roll with Mac Jones, what he's doing. They're injury riddled. You know, their cap. I think they have some cap space problems that I'm sure they
big
can clean
time.
up in the offseason.
Yeah.
They kind of, I think, have been playing out of their mind a little bit at the beginning of the year. We'll see what happens with the rest of the year. But yeah.
Yeah, my whole thing is I think that San Francisco, for all their money that they have tied up, they're tied up in injured players,
Yeah.
and then the guys that were supposed to replace some of these players like Ricky Purcell and some of these other guys, they're not, they're out too. So, Ricky Purcell was supposed to take over for Debo. I mean, I know Debo's not doing much in Washington, but Debo's actually on the field in Washington though, and that's something to say that the San Francisco can't say is they haven't had the replacement that they had for Debo is not on the field. Detroit 44-22 over Washington. Washington, geez Louise, I'm sorry. You guys had such a good run last year, and now you get to feel what that feels like. Is there anything to it, Tate, that Dan Campbell took over the play calling duties for the offense?
That was news to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know their play caller at the beginning of the year was not, because the Lions were struggling a little bit at the beginning of the year. So it sounds like there's a disconnect with, from kind of what I heard a tiny bit, that there's a little bit of disconnect with the play calling and how the players are responding to it. So he took it over. Shocked. It worked. To me, it's a little alarming because I know Dan's called the plays before. And
he's done it. Yeah, he did it for.
They're loaded with talent. It's just, I don't know. It's a little alarming. I know it's the command. It was a big win, but I don't know.
His offense looked so much. Listen, and I don't know what exactly, because here's the deal. The only bad game that I saw Detroit play was the one kind of last week. And I mean, does one game make a season? I don't know, because it seemed like Detroit's offense was doing okay before that.
The beginning of the year, they were struggling.
They were struggling. Then they came on.
They didn't look the same.
Then they came on. Then they lost that last game. Didn't do
something happened. There's, for Dan to take it over at this point in the season, there's been multiple games, even though they were winning, that he didn't like what's going on. So he just said, "Screw it, I'm taking it over."
Well, and you know what? I mean, Dan Campbell, he's called plays before. Like to your point, yeah. I mean, didn't he learn from? He learned from the guy you like so much, Sean Payton, didn't he?
Sean Payton, yeah.
Yeah, so
phenomenal.
But it's funny because his offense actually looks good. So maybe he learned something that he, what not to do.
But yeah, you know what he's doing? He's not overcomplicating and having a new freaking formation every goddamn play. That's what he's freaking doing. He's got talent everywhere. He's not gonna. Hey, if it's not working, I'm not gonna keep freaking trying it. I'm not gonna keep doing a bubble screen. I'm not gonna keep doing a freaking jet sweep.
And can we try? And once again, because I'm with you, because watching that game, and I know we're. But the screens and the jet sweeps. Can we just stop? It's like you're a high school offense trying to get something going here. I mean, let's go. And can I also say the other thing that I'm really annoyed by, and this happens college and pro and everything, it's 4th and 1 in the air, and the shotgun drives me crazy. 4th and 1 in the shotgun, I'm done. I'm done with it. Every team does it too.
I know.
Every team does and it's like, and half of them run out of the shotgun. And it's like, you just added 3 yards, right? Where you could just push the pile. I was happy to see the Chargers last night actually push the pile a couple times and get the first down. So... And yeah,
the most underutilized freaking play. Well, the Eagles have obviously.
The Eagles have figured out something with it, of course. But I mean, come on, 4th and 1, and we're in the shotgun. Bo Nix has done it. Caleb, I watch everybody, and it.
Like I said, the Broncos are number 1 in the league in plays on shotgun.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and this is part of the thing is. I know that because you know what the problem is too in college. That's all these guys do is run out of shotgun. They don't ever go up to the line. They never, they don't take it from the snap. Very rarely. Talk about you Chargers a little bit. And yes, I said your Chargers, 25-10. I'll let you. I want to hear about the Charger side because I'm going to go off on the Steelers side here in a
Like,
minute.
hey, dude, they lost their left tackle, and dude, I'm telling you, it's freaking like I've been saying all year. Freaking Harbaugh is the man. He is a freaking amazing coach.
I think you're in love with him.
Yeah, I wish he was the Broncos head coach.
Yeah, I know you
flew
were.
out to Michigan, please
To
be
talk
our
to him.
head coach. Okay, I guess we'll get Sean Payton.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. It's the same thing. We're gonna run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not working. Okay, it's just a good play call development. It's not overcomplicated. Let's stick to what works. They're playing good defense, team defense.
Really good defense.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Aaron Rodgers couldn't hit a broadside of the barn. I've never seen that out of him. I mean, he had no time to throw the ball, anyways. But yeah, I just had I had a feeling Chargers at home. If they were in Pittsburgh, maybe a little different, and they need it. They need it. The AFC West is tight. Everybody knows it. The Chiefs are there. The Broncos are in the lead. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows that's gonna the Broncos are gonna lose at a minimum 3 more games. My prediction, I have them 11-6. But yeah, they're in a dogfight. It's a tough division. So yeah, and I'm telling you, Harbaugh knows what to do. Everywhere he's gone, he has won. Period.
So, and I totally agree with you. I think the one thing that was really impressive about the Chargers last night was their defense. Jesse Minter's really kind of got that defense clicking, and a lot of it is, I think that the guys that they kind of have gotten this year have kind of clicked in now finally, because Derwin James is a great safety.
Yep.
Khalil Mack is definitely rushing the passer pretty well, but they've got other guys in that secondary that are playing very, very well, and their defensive line is getting home. I mean, that safety sack that they had on Rodgers last night, Rodgers, I think, was shocked to see Khalil Mack in the backfield. I think he was like, holy God. And then he dropped the ball. And then he had to grab it because he didn't want it to be a touchdown, so he gave up 2.
What I saw, too, with the Steelers offense, because we were talking about it at work, we were just like, God, the timing is so off. And I'm telling you, like, they'll go back again. They don't freaking practice. They don't practice hard anymore.
No.
When the timing's off like that, especially with Aaron Rodgers and Metcalf, the timing's off. Yes, they probably had a good scheme and maybe disrupting some of the route and stuff, but it's just
they didn't disrupt it that much. Yeah, I think.
No, I don't think so. I just the timing and like when you're seeing it with Rodgers and this late in the season, understand new team beginning of the year, and to me, Rodgers can still play. I equate it to practice. I really do. I do.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say is I believe that Aaron Rodgers and this offense, as much as they're playing better, and this is the Steelers offense like we haven't seen, there's still a lot of problems with this offense. And the defense has played definitely better the last couple weeks because, Chargers only kind of pulled away later in that game. I mean, it was like 12-3 for a long time, and whichever. I mean, but the rooting for Aaron Rodgers to do something good for me, I'm done with it. I swear that this man hates me. Because he used to beat the crap out of me when he was a Packer, and now like the last 2 Sunday primetime games that he's been on, I'm like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I'm drinking the Rodgers Kool-Aid. Yeah, he's gonna take care of business. No, he plays like dog crap, and listen, I think if you ask me right now, gun to my head, Ravens win that division. The Steelers, I know you had a great game against the Indianapolis Colts, and I will applaud you, and we'll put that on your tombstone if you don't make the playoffs. Games, you're going to lose a lot more games. I'm not going to say the Bears are going to beat them in a couple weeks, but I'm not as scared as the Steelers. I'm not as scared of the Steelers as I was 2 weeks ago.
Sunday, buddy.
Yeah.
Another thing too with the Chargers, what I'm really seeing with them, in my opinion, and the reason why, they're in my division, I root for Harbaugh. Even though, the Chargers are a rival of the Broncos, they just never really won anything. I always kind of root for them.
Yeah.
And they're not playing the Broncos, and obviously if they need to lose for the Broncos' sake, I want the Chargers to lose. But their adjustments, their halftime adjustments are freaking amazing. And and also they do a really good time with adjustments in the game.
Are you?
This isn't working. We need to correct this because it was like last year when the Broncos were playing them, they were waxing them good in the first half. Chargers came back and rolled them in the second half, and it was just all adjustments.
So that's
quite a bit.
This brings up a good point, and I'm glad you brought it up. Greg Roman being the offensive coordinator for the Chargers, this is a little bit of a renaissance era for him because he was the whole thing, offensive coordinator for Colin Kaepernick, blah 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 blah. Had some success there, then the wheels started falling off. Okay, then he's Lamar Jackson's offensive coordinator. Oh, but when they need to switch, they need to get more out of Lamar, they toss him aside. And, I don't even know where he was coaching.
Why he has a renaissance? Because he has a pocket passer now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's had a pocket passer.
Yeah, but see, I think
Herbert can still take off and run.
But see, it's funny because everybody thought of him as the running quarterback offensive coordinator, though. That's what's kind of funny. But you're right. It's probably because he's like, oh my God, Herbert can actually throw from the pocket. Herbert's pretty talented guy. I think
he's very talented. I would put Herbert and Caleb Williams are the most talented quarterbacks.
I mean, especially because Herbert's arm is a live one, man. He can rocket it out there when he needs to.
Yes, he's bipolar, but dude, you got to remember too with Herbert. This is his second year with Harbaugh. This is his first year. He's had great freaking coaching.
And listen, I'll be honest with you too. The Chargers
last year and this year.
What are they on? They're like third string running back. He's doing just fine. Vidal's doing just fine.
And how many injuries on their offensive line? I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's the next man up.
We're not going to overcomplicate this crap. We're going to do.
Let's just go. Yeah. They're going to be a troublesome team. They're going to be a troublesome team. All right, real quick, Tate. Who did you have tonight in the
Eagles?
Yeah, I had the Eagles too. I have the Eagles and the over guys too as well. I mean, I like Green Bay. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think the Eagles. Here's the other thing that I didn't think about. Remember this offseason, it was voted by teams that basically to try to get rid of the tush push. Well, it's a team that had to bring it forward, right? Well, the Packers brought that forward. So I'm thinking the Eagles might remember that a little bit. I wouldn't be shocked to see a couple tush pushes tonight.
Yeah.
So, well, that's going to wrap it up for us here. But other than that, join us later this week. We'll have the P's with PJ and Tate. But other than that, we will see you. Oh, yeah, great show.